it's really important that there's trust, that there's a shared intention, and that there's an awareness of peace moving forward.
Wow. Wow. Just, I mean, it resonates. Good afternoon. My name is Nyla Christian, and I'm here with pocstock, amplifying the culture of diversity. And I'm here with my friend, my colleague, my sister, Sheinina Raj from Intercultural, and we're going to talk a bit about the empowerment of women and the connectivity of women and what that means for the world and moving forward. Sheinina, always delighted to be here with you, always delighted to connect with you. Tell us a bit about yourself, about Sheinina, about Intercultural, and what inspired you to create Intercultural.
Well, thank you so much, Nyla, for inviting me to have this very important dialogue and really to bring attention to the potential for art to have a positive social impact on culture. Intercultural was inspired by my own personal ancestral heritage, as well as my personal life experiences. My mother is English, my father is Indian, his ancestry Fijian Indian. When I was born, my father was quite concerned about racism and heeded a call from Canada that was inviting people from all over the world to settle and live in peace. I did eventually move to Los Angeles, where I opened an art studio. And from my experiences of living in Los Angeles, it was quite unique. Sometimes people would speak to me in Spanish, Portuguese, Armenian, for example, Farsi, and then other times people would discriminate against me, maybe assuming I was Mexican or another culture that they disregarded as equal to themselves. So intercultural is an opportunity for me to express that we are one culturally diverse human race. And when we are able to respect each other's diversity and learn from our ancestral past, reflect on our present, we're able to move forward in peace for the future.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm taking a deep breath and holding space on that, Sheinina. What's the process? You've told me a bit about the process, but can you share with us what happens when you really delve into someone's cultural identity? What happens? What's the process of creating an intercultural?
Well, the truth is, with each culture, there's no exact one way. It really does take a lot of time researching a culture, a community leader, establishing a connection with a community leader of that culture, and really ensuring other members within their culture and community are within support of intercultural. And a lot of times it really takes a lot of delving, not only with them and their community leaders, as we start to garner all of these pieces that really truly honor, and it's more like documenting their culture and really preserving it in a way of its highest standard and glory. So all of these leaders within their culture really hold sacred, and it's really important that there's trust, that there's a shared intention, and that there's an awareness of peace moving forward.
And you say this quite often: shared connection, shared inspiration, shared connection, shared experience. And I think that those are really important things that lead us into talking about the impact of intercultural, why I feel it resonate within me when I view intercultural, but what is the impact of this work, in your opinion, Sheinina?
Well, ultimately, it's that self-realization experience each audience member will have. And for example, Indian woman, where she's in a red sari, each person will have a unique thought, feeling, reaction to Indian woman. And now if we say Mexican woman, then Hawaiian woman, Japanese woman, and then you start to look at Saudi Arabian woman, Eritrean woman, Moroccan woman, you start to have this internal dialogue and this self-realization of all of these maybe biases or celebratory thoughts that you have that you're attaching to each one of these cultures. And it's within that internal dialogue, the self-realization of we are one culturally diverse human race. Intercultural provides an environment where we are able to disarm and really connect with our vulnerability, our own ancestral history, and within that, how we are able to see ourselves within another. And when we're able to do that, that's that positive transformation.
I'd like to know how you as an artist feel that AI fits into the idea of cultural identity, or the thread and the fabric of our existence as cultures throughout the globe.
Well, honestly, intercultural does allow us to really reflect on our present and learn from our past. You'll see a lot of the traditional Persian clothes from Iran that actually you'll see in the Indian clothes and the Pakistani clothes. And you start to see this cross-pollination that's really been within our fabric of identity, quite honestly, for centuries. Now, when we look at AI, I really do see AI as a positive tool that we can use for accessibility, for user engagement, and certainly to really amplify an immersive experience. It wouldn't be, in my case, with intercultural, appropriate to use AI to say, let's say, I would like to create Korean woman, right? I wouldn't be able to just go ahead and put a little search in and start to, get these digital versions of these clothes. These are actually authentic and traditional ancestral dress. And quite honestly, it may take 2 to 4 years to secure everything that I would need to actually make it really truly honor the ancestral heritage. And I always say to people, it's not about my favorite color. It's more about, would your grandmother be proud? Would she look at this and feel like this truly honors, and it holds a sacredness? And it's really about connection and permission, right? So where AI in many cases just takes without asking, and there's no one to verify that this information is in fact correct. So I'm always working very hands-on. Now I certainly do my research through using digital technology, but when it comes to actually creating the work, it really is important to have the support, the trust, the commitment, and the permission to go ahead and create this work. Otherwise, it really is where you would start to lean into that cultural misappropriation. So it's really important to take that, that human to human contact and garner that trust and permission to do so.
I know that you're working on something right now. I'd like to know where you're going, because again, I know the process takes quite a bit, but you're in the midst of creating a new woman, yes?
Yes.
Well, she's not new. You're in the midst of honoring.
She's part of a culture that's been around for centuries as well. I'm very, very excited to be working on Afghan women. Again, each culture, the reason that I select it would be unique to that culture and my personal experience. I portrayed Indian women, that's my heritage. I portrayed Fijian women really to make a statement that I don't harbor these animosities of war-torn ancestral trauma, that I'm leading by example. So with Afghan women, the truth of the matter is that she is being stripped of her cultural identity by, as we're all maybe familiar with, the Taliban rule and the enforcement of her wearing a burqa and a niqab, and she actually even has to cover her eyes. But underneath that is her true identity that really does represent her cultural heritage. And it's really about not only preserving her cultural identity, but also celebrating and sharing what her true identity is, and not moving forward with one that doesn't truly resonate with her.
Sheinina, thank you so much for that. It's so important to understand the human connection. What's so important about the shared interest and honor in the work that you do. Thank you so much. It's always wonderful to be here with you. We appreciate you. Happy International Women's Day again. My name is Nyla Christian with pocstock.
Happy International Women's Day. Thank you so much, Nyla, and pocstock, everyone on the team. Thank you so much.